Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today's video, I kind of wanted to focus on some of the negative aspects about being blind. This does not mean that I hate being blind, but I usually focus on the positive aspects because if you are losing your sight and you do happen to find my videos, I don't want you to be even more terrified of becoming blind than what you already are. But today we're going to focus on the negative aspects of being blind. So if you don't know my story, I was born 2.5 months early, so I was a preemie. And when I was born, they had this practice of putting babies in an incubator. And they didn't know how much oxygen to give a baby, so I was given too much oxygen. That in turn damaged my eyes because it was pure oxygen. They don't give babies pure oxygen like that anymore because it happened to so many of us. But it damaged my eyes and I lost my sight because my retina is detached and my left eye stopped growing. It is still shrinking. It has and will never grow. It will always shrink. And then this eye, they were able to partially reattach it. I have bubbles in the back of my eye, and I have a buckle holding the bubble in, and I guess the retina in place. And I have borderline glaucoma, and this is known as retinopathy of prematurity, and this happened because of the amount of oxygen that I was given. So with that background out of the way, I wanted to go over some things that are maybe negative. Well, they're not maybe, they are negative aspects of blindness. Some of this might seem familiar because I read about them on my personal Facebook page, and my family loved it, so I thought that I would turn it into a video, and I meant to turn it into a video before I made it a post, but, you know, never really thought I was going to make it a post, but I did. So, anyway, one of the negative aspects of being blind, and this is more like a comparison, and I feel like if I was really, really good at TikTok, I could turn this part into a TikTok, but I'm not going to. But the first one is that you buy $50 printers and complain about the price. Printers that print. I have to buy a $3,000 Braille embosser in order to print out anything that I would like to read in Braille. You buy $40 print labelers and say it's a luxury. And why do people need labelers? I buy $750 to $800 Braille labelers so that I can print out labels for multiple things in my house, so I know what they are. And you know what the only difference is? They come out in Braille. You buy a $1,000 iPhone and consider it a luxury. I buy a $1,000 iPhone and consider it a blessing because now I can have apps that will read printed materials to me and tell me which direction I'm going and allow me to get an Uber and a Lyft and not have to rely on some random person to tell me which way to go inside of a building. You take Uber and Lyft whenever you want and don't have to worry about whether or not the person, aka the driver, drops you off at the wrong exit. I take Uber and Lyft and spend half my rides telling the driver, no, Don't go that way. Go this other way. It's faster. You just missed my exit. That's not my exit. That's not my hotel. That's not my location. You can read the labels on your shampoo, body wash, and conditioner. I have to make sure that I get shampoos and conditioners that I can tell apart by feeling of the bottom of the bottle. And in order to accomplish this, I have to get a ride to the store and make sure that the person who is helping me shop is actually getting me what I asked for, so that I can make sure that I can tell the difference. You can pick up a can and read the label and know exactly what's in it. I have to get a pen friend, which costs $80, get a set of stickers that go along with the pen friend that cost $40, and then go to Hobby Lobby and get a set of small magnets that cost $2 or $3, just so I can put those stickers on a magnet and record my voice onto those stickers saying what exactly this can of corn is, and then hold the machine up to the magneted sticker so that I can read it and make sure it's correct, aka so I can hear my own voice. And then I have to make sure that the magnet goes onto the correct can. You can pull a bag of meat out of the refrigerator and know exactly what you're pulling out. I have to turn around and say, hey, is this what I wanted? Or I have to go on to an app called Be My Eyes and ask the exact same question. Or I have to get the material that you use to make name tags, put a string through it, and tie it around my meat, and put a sticker on it for the pen friend, so I know what in the world I'm pulling out of my freezer. You never got told that a teacher didn't want to learn how to teach you because they don't want to teach a blind student, and they're not going to teach a blind student. I got told this by my elementary art teacher in front of all of my classmates. Yeah, let that sink in. I got told by a teacher that she didn't want to teach me because I was blind. And then, when told that there were ways to teach a blind person, she said, I don't want to learn because I don't want to teach her. Yep, that happened. You got to cook in home ec class. I begged and begged and begged, and still never got to bake cookies. You got to sew in home ec class. I had to use a letter guide. I always call it a letter guide. It's not a letter guide. It's a sewing guide. And it slipped. And the needle went directly through my fingernail. This finger, actually. You get to go to a bookstore and pick out your books and start reading them the very same day that you picked them out. I have to wait 1 to 2 weeks so that my college's accessibility department can make them accessible. Happens all the time. You can go to an office and immediately sit down and fill out paperwork. I get told, is there anybody at your house who can help you fill these out and you can just bring them back? Yep, happens all the time. You get to have as many kids as you want and nobody questions your parenting skills. Ever. I bring up the subject of kids and get asked immediately, how are you going to take care of kids? You get a job based on your requirements alone. I get asked, how are you going to walk your kids from your classroom to the music class or to the art room or to the playground, or what about a field trip? Or, we're sorry, we can't hire you at this time because we don't think we can meet your needs. You get to have a pet, like a dog, and nobody asks you any kind of questions. They just assume that he or she is a pet. Anytime I mention my dog to someone for the first time, I get, is he or she a guide dog? You can burn yourself accidentally while cooking, and everyone will be like, oh my god, you burned yourself, ow. Meanwhile, if I, a blind person, burned myself while cooking, I get, why were you cooking? Blind people shouldn't be cooking. That's it for today's video. I hope you like it. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring that notification bell. Like my Facebook page. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Odyssey. Ooh, that's a lot. I'm in a lot of places, y'all. You can find all those links on my YouTube page below the About section and down in the description below. My email address can be found in the About section of my YouTube page and also down in the description below. And I will see y'all tomorrow.